khutbah so that I can translate to the audience after the Jummah. So one time I was studying his khutbah with another Arabic professor, and he said, "Oh, please forgive me if there are mistakes." Who is saying this? A professor who is delivering khutbah for 30 years. I can tell you, even if he's a professor of Arabic, when he delivers khutbah, almost always he commits one or two Arabic grammar mistakes. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't go to any university. Surah Al-An'am, for example, was revealed in one night, 20 pages almost. Not a single error. The more you learn of Arabic grammar, the more you are convinced that this is Book of Allah. Nobody can compose it. It's impossible for a person to speak without errors in Arabic, because it's so sensitive. It's very sensitive, and the grammar rules are very much detailed when you go in detail. But for us as non-Arabs to understand the Quran, I say it is very easy. Allah has made it easy. So let us start now. Let me just see if we can fix this. Bismillah. Looks like we are going towards that. We reached the limit. No problem. Yeah, now it's okay. And I think maybe we can move backwards and make use of full screen. No, back. But that's enough. That's enough because we reached the limit of the table. Alright, so now we will start, this is the first lesson, and by the end of first lesson we will learn actually 6,000 words. Many words are known to you, but we want to tell you how Quran is written. So first of all, as I said, Jazakumullah khair to those who supported the initiative, and congratulations to you because you are learning the Quran, the best book of the word of Allah. I should clarify that I have learned from scholars, and my position is to take it to general public. I told you I'm not an Arabic. I'm not a scholar. But anything you find in this course, inshallah, will be nothing, it is approved by scholars. So you will not find anything odd. The only thing that is new is, alhamdulillah, this course is based on modern techniques taken from a review of books on Arabic grammar published in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia, UK, USA. Statistics of the words in Quran, teaching modules, second language, and brain and NLP, and so on. So a lot of modern techniques are used in teaching this, and I can tell you, each one of you can teach the course. It's so easy, and people are teaching it. The PowerPoints are there. You can download from our website and start teaching. It's very simple. What is required to understand the Quran? If you take a typical Mus'haf, Indian Pakistani print, how many pages are there? Anybody? How many pages are there in the Mus'haf? In this Pakistani, Indian, commonly printed Mus'haf, the most commonly printed Mus'haf. Mus'haf is the copy of the Quran. You don't say Quran, but you say Mus'haf. How many pages are there? The one which you have in the center also. 600. 600, okay. There are 600 pages in the Mus'haf. How many lines are there in every page in this one? 20. There are 15 lines, okay? How many lines? 15. Now this is a workshop. This is not a wa'az, okay? It's not a lecture. It's a workshop, so you have to answer. How many lines are there? 15. And we are learning the Quran. So inshallah there is food barakah. Inshallah. That saved my energy. Okay, Jazakallah khair. Now things are becoming lively. Okay, so there are 15 lines on every page of the Quran. Right. How many words are there approximately in every line? Just guess. Words in every line. 20, a lot.
8. About 15.
Between 8 and 10, which is 9. Okay?
It's statistically, average number of words in every line is 9. Okay? And how many words therefore are there in every page? There are 15 lines per page and there are 9 words per line. So how many words are there in every page? 15 times 9?
135.
135. So let's take a round figure, 130. Now we said that there are 600 pages in the Mus'haf and there are 130 words in every page. Therefore, how many words are there in the whole Quran? 130 times 600? 78,000. We want to understand the Quran. We got to understand 78,000 words. Because we have to understand what we want to do. Just okay, start understanding the Quran, but we have to understand the task before we start any work. So this is our task. There are 78,000 words approximately in the Quran, and to understand the Quran, we need to understand 78,000 words. Now, before I proceed further, as part of my workshop, I have another requirement, which is to make you talk to each other. And that's how we will learn. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ. The best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. So let us implement that hadith right now. You have learned 5 things about the Quran. You have to teach it to your neighbor. But before you start, can you say Assalamu alaikum to your neighbor? Next each other, ask his name. Just be familiar and make pairs. I want you to be 2, 2, 2. So please don't stand in odd numbers. 2, and maybe somebody can join. Make 2, 2, 2, 2. Because you will really learn the Quran right now. Okay? So maybe you can join, one of you can go back or come front. Anyway, so can you ask your neighbor these 5 questions? Ask them. Well, how many pages, how many lines, how many words per line, how many words per page, and how many total pages? Please ask each other, don't feel shy. Talk to each other. Okay, let's continue. When you talk to each other, I will say class, and this is actually power teaching. By the way, this is one of the latest trends. You go to YouTube and find out power teaching. In power teaching, you teach each other. So whatever I will teach now, after every 5 minutes or so, I will say, okay, teach. And when you will be talking to each other, I will say class, and you will say yes. And you will pay attention to me and stop talking. Okay, so we learned that there are 78,000 words of the Quran. So when I say alim, teach, that means you have to teach. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. We have this title of the book called Yassarna al-Quran. What is Yassarna al-Quran? We have made al-Quran easy to understand and remember. So, never say Al-Quran is difficult. It is from Shaitan. Even in your thoughts, never agree with it. Are we going to go against, are we going to contradict what Allah says in the Quran? Allah says, I have made Quran easy, and we say, no, Quran is difficult. It's like rejecting the Quran. So don't say Quran is difficult. But it is not automatic. I don't want to do anything. No. If you want to learn English, as I told you right now, there are 20 shapes in Arabic compared to 50 shapes in English. So which language is easy? Of course Arabic is easy. So Allah made it easy. But it's not automatic. Huh? And how is it easy? And this was one of our dreams to prove it. And Allah helped, because giving a lecture of 1 hour, Quran is easy, that's really kind of easy. I'm an engineer, and you cannot give a lecture about building. You have to build it. You show it, give the plan. So we want to prove how the Quran is easy. So if you take just meanings of every word from a typical Salah, what I mean by Salah is Al-Fatiha, which we recite in every day. And Asr, Al-Nasr, Al-Kafirun, Ikhlas, Falaq, Nas. Just these 7 surahs, 4 rules, Asr and Nasr. And parts of Salah, Adhan, Dua after Adhan, after wudu, not even after Adhan, that is a little challenging, so we put it in our second course. So Dua after wudu, and what you say in Ruku' and Sujood, and the Tashahhud, and Durood, and Rabbana Atina. That's all, which you repeat every day. If you just take this selection along with grammar, simple grammar, which we will teach you right now, you will learn 232 words or 230 words which occur in the Quran 40,000 times in the Quran. Just this 40,000 times, which is 50%. What is the total number of words in the Quran? 78,000. 50% is 39,000. And these occur 40,000, actually 41,000. More than 50%. That is, every second word of the Quran is from Salah. Now, to give you the proof, live proof, I just want to display a page of the Quran randomly, 3 pages, and I want to show that indeed it is 50%. Because maybe you will say, well, this is a theory, I don't think this is going to happen, so I want to show you right now. This is the Mus'haf that I have. And I will take 3 to 5 samples, because statistically, you're going to prove it like that. Some lines may have more words, some lines may have less. So let us take random. So I'm just pushing button and then stop it. Okay? Let us zoom it. Go to this top of this page. And I will zoom it. And go back. So you see here, in this one, let us see if we have in this line 50%. في الدنيا والآخرة ربنا آتنا في الدنيا is part of the course. 3 و ك عن قل, that's 50%. I just gave random sampling, I didn't choose it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 9 or 10, still 50%. Let's go another page. Let me just go to another fast browsing. And let's go here. First page. إذا جاء نصر الله, we teach that. منكم أن أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله والله وعلى 50%. Are you convinced? No. It is indeed 50%. And of course, I'm an engineer. We have a lot of programs, Excel, Access. We have been working on the statistics for the past 20 years. So I just want to show you that it is really 50%. It's not just loose talk. After this, you have 2 courses based on common supplications. There you learn 300 words and you reach 70% of Quranic words along with all necessary grammar. And here is another demonstration, but I did a live demonstration, so you don't need it. So after you do 3 courses of 20 hours each only, which is 60 hours, in 60 hours you learn 70% of the words of the Quran along with all necessary grammar that you need. After 3 courses, in just 1 on every page, you are left with only 20 new words on the whole page. On the whole page. Just 2 till 5, only 12 new words in the whole page. How many words are there in every page?
130.
130. Out of 130, you are left with only 20 new words. You already know 110 words with 60 hours of effort. I mean, how easy should Allah make the book? If within 60 hours you learn 70%, not only 70%, actually it is, I don't want to go into more mathematics, but 20 divided by 130, how much is that? That's 90%. And from juz 2 to 5, 12, and from 6 till 28 juz, you have only 6 new words per page. 6 out of 130. That's amazingly easy. The book which changed the history of mankind, which revolutionized the whole world, is so easy that you can understand it so quickly. Anyway, so what we do after that, we teach one page in half an hour, so 600 pages in 300 hours, so 360 hours, and you understand the whole Quran. That's the package. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. What does it mean? If you don't have any plan to eat dinner, if you have not eaten yet, that means you plan to stay hungry. The two. If I ask you, what is your plan to understand the Quran? And you say, well, I want to understand, but there is no plan. That means your plan is not to understand the Quran. Be clear about it. If you have no plan in your brain right now to understand the Quran, your plan indeed is not to understand the Quran. So please make a plan. And that's why Allah is so kind that you make the plan and Allah writes an ajr. Just for intention, you get the reward. Oh Allah, I want to understand the Quran and I want to spend 360 hours in the coming 5 years, no problem. Make a plan. Don't pass life like this, otherwise it will pass like that and you will reach the grave. Alright, so this is a unique course. We don't start with dry lessons like Hada Baitul Kabir. Typical, no, I'm switching it off, so don't worry. A typical Arabic grammar course, when they say Arabic, they start with grammar. And the grammar sentence is Hada Baitul Kabir, Tilka Hadiqatun Jamilatun. I say, when in your life are you going to say Hada Baitul Kabir? If you have an Arab neighbor, and if his toddler or comes to you crying, and you take him in your lap and say, "Shoo shoo shoo, Hada Baitul Kabir," this will never happen. But in our course, we start with Al-Fatiha, and you talk to Allah 25 times a day. Practice Arabic with Allah every day. What a common sense approach for every non-Arab Muslim. Okay? So talk to Allah 25 times and practice Arabic language with Allah. What an amazing start and right on the target. Why do you want to learn Arabic? To understand the Quran. So start understanding the Quran from lesson number 1. We spend almost 1 hour every day for 5 prayers. Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. Just join the time. It's almost 1 hour. It's the most common sense approach to teach Arabic language to a Muslim. Why should you use any other text? I really am surprised why Muslims still use any other text to teach Arabic. I mean, you are using 1 hour every day talking to Allah in Arabic. I said, bring that text first. Let us understand that. And that's what we do. The most common, and it is valid for every Muslim man, woman, old and young, and even a kid, because he's also praying. You taught him how to pray. So our objective of the course is to convince you that the Quran is easy to understand, to help you pray Salah effectively, with khushu', with humility, okay, encourage you to recite Quran again and again with understanding. And I focus on this part to pray Salah effectively. We do 3 unethical things in our Salah. Very bad things. If somebody does to you, you will be offended. But that's what we do to Allah. Maybe you may not be doing, but most people do it. What are they? First thing, we recite very fast. How do we recite? Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim, Allahu Akbar. If your assistant or your secretary talks to you like this, talk slowly. Don't you know how to talk? Don't you have manners? We cannot accept our secretary, our servant, to speak to us like that. How dare we do it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do we really think we are praying to Allah? Do we really think He's watching us? What is this? Never recite fast. The second thing, we have roaming service. You know what does it mean? We come from our homes, make wudu, start Salah, and start roaming. And we are afflicted with, infected, or subjected to the waswasa of shaitan. Whispering of shaitan. Our salats, and I'm not exception. We are full with whispering of shaitan, and we are always disturbed. If your servant, why the roaming itself is unethical, because if your servant or assistant talks to you slowly but without attention. For example, he says, "Sir, thank you very much. God bless you. I will never forget you. You are such a great person." But suppose you are able to read his mind, and in his mind he is thinking, "Oh, my clothes are dirty. I have to buy soap, and I think maybe I have to give these clothes to laundry, or my shoe has to be polished, the shoe, or I have to buy it polished." Now, on his lips he is saying, "Sir, you're great, you're wonderful, I've never seen a person like you." In his mind, dirty clothes and shoes. Will you be happy with his appreciation? I don't think so. You will say, "Man, stop it, just go away. I know what you're thinking. I don't need your thanks." Astaghfirullah, that's what we do to Allah. We say, "Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim," and our mind is full of dirty clothes and shoes. Very one person. Third unethical thing is we talk to Allah without emotions. I tell you, none of us will talk to our friend if he is talking to us like that, without emotions. How do we say, "Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin"? I said, that secretary talks to you slowly, with attention, but without feelings. "Sir, thank you very much. I will never forget you. I have not seen a person like you. God bless you." You will say, "Are you crazy? What happened to you?" You will send him to maybe mental correctional facility. And that's how we do it to Allah. A dead salah, without emotions, without feelings. What is this salah? Are we talking to Allah? And all those solutions are there in this course also. It's not only Arabic, because our aim is not just to teach you Arabic, but to start with correcting our salah, to pray salah effectively. And inshallah your whispering will go away, if you understand. Because without understanding, it is impossible humanly to focus in salah. Like one of the comedians said, like you make ruku, and he said, oh my God, I didn't cut my nails. Where was the nail cutter? I told my wife, and you were going to the market at that time. In seconds, your brain will take you to the old world. You start your salah, you say, oh my God, I'm this may be my last salah, Allah is in front of me, death's behind me, Jannah, Jahannam. Allahu Akbar. Shaitan will say, look at the flower on the carpet. I think that design is wrong. It happens. If you don't understand what you're reciting in salah, your salah is bound to be destroyed by shaitan. If you don't spend 20 hours, I would say 10 hours to understand the meaning of salah, it's not possible. So please, some people will say, oh, understanding Quran is not a must. I say, okay, fine. That's your opinion. But salah, please understand salah. How can you be negligent? Because you're losing your rewards. Every salah, according to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a person prays and he said he gets 1/10 of the reward, 10%. This is the report, this hadith of Abu Dawud. He said he gets 1/10, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th. Some people get only 1/8, some people get only 1/6, 1/5, and he kept counting till he reached half. He didn't say full to anyone. Maybe 100% is rewarded to only prophets, maybe, because their salah is full of attention. So the majority of people get only 10 to 20% of the rewards. And I would say the Prophet was kind, Allah is kind, because if you are given to evaluate my salah and open my brain to you and ask you to grade my salah, you will say, well, he was roaming all around. I cannot give him even 2 marks. That's how our salah is. Astaghfirullah. But inshallah this will be solved if you understand. And I encourage you to recite Quran again and to help you in interacting with the Quran. How to bring Quran into our life. That's the purpose of Quran. And to teach 100 sentences of spoken Arabic also. Within this 20 hours course. And to generate team spirit to do good things. We talked about 3 serious problems. There are different features of this course. I will start the course instead of talking more. Before we start reciting the Quran, we say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan Rajim. So let us study that first. I seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan the outcast. A'udhu means I seek refuge. I seek protection. In our Muslim world, kids are made to recite the meanings also sometimes. They say, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan, I seek refuge. And they say, okay, what is the meaning of refuge? I don't know. So I said, why memorize a word? You don't know. Anyway, I seek refuge means I seek protection. A'udh, safety first. Buckle up. That's what Allah is teaching us. Okay? Get protection from your worst enemy. Billahi is made up of 2 words, Bi and Allah. And by the way, this number shows how many times the word comes. Allah comes more than 2,500 times in the Quran. Of course, you know it, that's fine. Billahi is made up of 2 words. In Arabic, the words are made up of 2 or even 3 words in one. Joined it. So, Bi, Allah. Billahi, in Allah. Allah is the original name. The rest of the names, like Ar-Rahim, Al-Kareem, are attributes. Okay. Min is from. Occurs in the Quran. By the way, min itself occurs almost 1,500 times, I think. From. Shaitan, of course you know him. Shaitan, the Shaitan. Okay. Shaitan and Shayateen occur in the Quran 88 times. Shayateen is plural. Ar-Rajim, the outcast. Our brother was asking in the beginning how to remember the vocabulary of the Quran. And that's how that's first thing. We teach you the context, for example, here. How do you remember the meanings of Ar-Rajim? I would say get the context. Do you think shaitan is close to Allah? No. He is rejected, thrown away. Therefore, the meaning of rajim is thrown away, the outcast. Okay, so I would say when you recite, I'm trying to skip to some of the points, don't worry about that. I was in Indonesia giving this course with our brother Fakhr is here anyway. We enjoyed teaching it in different cities of Indonesia. And I don't know Bahasa, their language, and they don't know English. That was the funniest combination. And still we were very successful, alhamdulillah. But I met a professor there, Professor Harjani Hefni. And he wrote a book, 7 Success Islamic Habits, based on Surah Al-Fatiha. It's an amazing book. I've never seen an explanation of Surah Al-Fatiha like that in my life. And he gives 2-day course on Surah Al-Fatiha. But this is the first time. Based on that, I've developed 12 habits of success. So first habit is seek protection. A'udhu billah. Remember that you are in war zone with continuous attacks from shaitan. Shaitan, every one of us has a jinn with us. You don't have to go to a haunted house, okay? The Prophet ﷺ said, all of us have a jinn always with us. But don't be scared also. You have 2 angels with you. Like one of the teachers said, why are you scaring the kids? Oh, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You have 2 angels and Allah is there to protect. But this shaitan has a plan to send us to hell. Step by step by step. He doesn't lose any opportunity. So the first habit is get protection. And how should you recite the Quran? You should recite like you're begging. So from here itself I tell you, feelings, imagination, feeling and asking. This is what you have to do in every ayah that you recite in Salah in order to generate your focus. So how do you say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem? First of all, feel that Allah is listening to you. And visualize shaitan, jinn that is always there. You know, if you're working somewhere and there is a colleague who wants to report to you or is a killer or how alert you are. So be like that and say, oh Allah, I cannot survive without your help. Beg Allah. Don't say, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. I said the way we recite A'udhu Billahi is like this. I can translate. I seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan the outcast. It is like, oh Allah, you want to give protection? Give it. If not, no problem. So I seek refuge in Allah. I also say those people who recite, just recite. They focus on sound only. Say, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. As if they love shaitan. I mean, you should know what. If you are begging, your recitation should reflect that. What are you reciting? It's not a misgeneration of sounds. Anyway, so you have to visualize and feel and ask, evaluate, plan, propagate. So we will, with those feelings, of begging, we say, and it may, at least in your heart, you say, at least feel it in your heart as you're reciting this. Oh Allah, I need your protection. I am nothing. Shaitan will destroy me, and shaitan is very strong, okay? When it comes to deviation. Very smart. None of us on the whole globe, no great scholar, no one is smarter than shaitan when it comes to deviation. What is the proof? Because he managed Adam alayhi salam in Jannah to make him slip. Is there anyone smarter than Adam alayhi salam? None. So, only protect. You cannot kill shaitan, you cannot hit shaitan, you cannot give da'wah to shaitan, you cannot do anything. The only solution is beg Allah. Oh Allah, please I need your protection. A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. And every word is there. Allah didn't say, "A'udhu billahi as-sami'il 'alim minash shaitan." Allah put the sifa of shaitan in this one. He didn't put sifa of this one. This is taken from Quranic ayah. فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. So we should realize this. Ar-Rajim. Okay, that was the explanation, and then we practice. So can you translate A'udhu? This is part of the workshop. So please, everything you say, you are rewarded for it. A'udhu, I seek refuge. Billahi, in Allah. Min, from. Ash-shaytan, ar-rajim, outcast. Once again, A'udhu. Billahi, min, from. We are not teaching tajweed, okay? We have another course of tajweed. That's another there, and I gave this workshop on tajweed in Qatar, in Kuwait, in Saudi. This is not the time. This is focus and understand. So just translate. Billahi, in Allah. Min, from. Ash-shaytan, ar-rajim, outcast. Now translate the pair. A'udhu billah, I seek refuge. Min ash-shaytan ar-rajim, from shaitan, the outcast. Now translate the whole. A'udhu billahi min ash-shaytan ar-rajim. I seek refuge in Allah from shaitan, the outcast. Teach, alim. You have to ask word for word to your neighbor. A'udhu, I seek refuge. Bismillah. Okay, that's how we teach every verse and every dhikr in Salah. Now I want to give you an idea of how the grammar is taught. And don't be scared by the term grammar, because we have, alhamdulillah, made it very, very, very simple. Alhamdulillah. So only 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes you will learn 6 words, because our Imam said, our organizer said, Brother Wajah, that we have to take a break for Aisha. We teach grammar using total physical interaction, TPI. What is total physical interaction? Allah has given us physically ears and eyes and brain and mouth and sound and hands and heart. So we just use it. TPI is nothing but hear it, see it, think it, say it, show it, and love it. Hear it, see it, think it, say it, show it, love it. Can you go step by step, please? Show your hand, use your hand. That's all you have to do, okay? Hear it, see it, think it, say it, show it, love it. Do it together. Okay? So once again, do it together is the last part. Do it together. Okay, once again. Hear it, see it, think it, say it, show it, love it. Do it together. Let's do it. We'll do alim later on. So hear it, see it, think it, show it together. Alright, so with TPI in this course, you will learn these words which occur in the Quran 18,000 times. Wow, that's 25% of the Quran. So let us do TPI. Let's do the first. What TPI is? Huwa, hum, anta, ana, antum, nahnu. That's all. That's all you have to do it. So, but people still are so shy to move their hands, because all their life they are listening to lectures like this. Now when I tell them, use your hand, say, huwa, he, and they feel so uneasy. My God, their hand becomes like 20 kgs. They can't move it. Okay? So please don't feel, all you have to just show it like this, that's all. And to remove your shyness, I'll just give one example. When you talk on mobile, how do you say direction? For example, you're giving directions on mobile to your friend. So you say, well, go straight and take a right turn. Why are you moving your hand? He's not watching you. Because that's the way our brain works. It's a very serious issue. We want to teach the brain the way the brain understands and interacts. So just use it, and I will tell you more as we proceed. So please just repeat after me. Huwa he. Use your right hand, one finger, and show it to your right side, and imagine, or your right, your person, your friend is sitting there, and just repeat after me. Huwa he. Right hand, right side. You don't have to poke your neighbor. Just like this. Right hand, right side. And by the way, your right hand is on this side, okay? Right hand, right side. Like this. Yeah, please. Don't feel shy. You will learn it, and you're learning Quran. Huwa he. And these 6 words which we will learn in 5 minutes occur in the Quran 1,295 times. So it's a very precious deed. Huwa he. If you do it the way I say, otherwise it will be difficult. And I will tell you more after the break why it works. Whom they. 4 fingers. Imagine 4 people sitting on your right. Okay, again. Huwa he. Whom they. Huwa he. Whom they. Huwa he. Whom they. Now can you translate with actions? Huwa he. Just translate. Huwa he. Whom they. Use 4 fingers. Huwa he. Whom they. Huwa whom Huwa whom. Can you repeat after me in Arabic only? And that's the benefit of TPI. Now you don't need the translation because you know what you are intending to say. So repeat after me. We'll practice 5 times. Huwa whom. Huwa whom. Again. Huwa whom. Say it 3 times. Huwa whom. Huwa whom. Huwa whom. Can you teach it to your neighbor? Just huwa. I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay, now we start dialogues. Just, we stop? Okay. So we will continue like this, inshallah, after the break. And you will enjoy it, inshallah. Let's see. We'll take a break now. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdihi. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. I was telling brothers, I will just do a 5-minute review of what we have done. What I was telling was Quran is the easiest book in the world to understand. It has to be. And Allah said it, and it has to be because Arabs are only 4% of the world population, 96% of the world is non-Arabs. And when Allah revealed this book for whole humanity, it has to be easy. And it is easy. And Allah said it. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. And we were proving that in different ways. So we will continue. What we have shown, the most important point that you have to remember is, how is it easy? For example, let us start with us Muslims. There are 600 pages in the Mus'haf. The one which is most commonly printed in the Muslim world has 600 pages. Each page has 15 lines. Each line has 9 words, approximately. So every page has 15 times 9, which is 135. So 600 pages. Every page has 15 lines. Every line has 9 words. So 15 times 9 is 135. So we make it 113 round figure. These are 130 words per page. Okay. And there are 600 pages, so 600 times 130 is 78,000. There are 78,000 words in the Quran. So if, as non-Arabs, you want to understand the Quran, you have to understand 78,000 words. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. We have made Quran easy. When Allah said easy, so never ever say Quran is difficult. Are we going to deny the Quran, go against the Quran? No, we cannot. But let us take statistically how Quran is easy. Because, culturally somehow, whatever be the reason, we have glorified Quran in such a way that we said to non-Arabs, you cannot understand it. You will spend 25 years and then you will understand. There is no such thing. How easy it is? If you just understand Salah, or typical Salah, namaz, what I mean by that, Surah Al-Fatiha, and last قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ, and Surah Al-Asr and Nasr, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ, and Surah Al-Nasr إِذَا جَاءَ. Just these 7 surahs, and Adhan, and dua after wudu, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, and tasbihat at ruku' and sujood, subhana rabbil azim, sami'a Allahu liman hamida, rabbana lakal hamd, and at-tahiyyatu lillahi wa salawat wa tayyibat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, rabbana atina fid dunya. Just this part, along with simple grammar that we will teach you right now, you will understand 230 words which occur in the Quran 40,000 times. Can you believe that? How easy Allah has made. He has developed a system in such a way that you practice those 40,000 words every day in your salah. 40,000, 50. And I did random testing here, show you different pages of the Quran, and show you that each line contains 50% of the words from these parts only, plus the grammar that we teach. So we started with grammar. So I was, let me just go a little bit slow now, because we have time. I just wanted to hold you, to convince you. But each lesson is, 1 hour. We had 45 minutes in the first section because we started late, 7:15, the setting. And 15 minutes we finished the grammar. So 1 hour per lesson. So we teach grammar using TPI. It doesn't mean, by the way, when we simplify the grammar, some people may think, well, this guy doesn't know grammar, that's why he is trying to present it like this. No, we can, alhamdulillah, tell you deep grammar also. For example, just take the word yu'minun. Yu'minun is fi'al mudari, is ghaib, is mudhakkar, is jama', is from fa'al, it is mahmuz. And its nahwi explanation, it is fi'al mudari, marfu' bi thubut al-nun, لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. This is from الأفعال الخمسة. والواو, this واو is ضمير متصل في محل رفع فاعل. بالغيب باء حرف جر. الغيب اسم مجرور بالكسرة الظاهرة على آخره وجار ومجرور متعلقان بفعل يؤمنون. I said this is a terrorizing approach for us simple common guys. Don't terrorize people with terminologies. Our approach is very simple. We say, you can learn all of this. This is all important. This is for mufassirin. This is for deep learners. But for you and me who want to understand the basic message, we can start here. Later on you go to this level, why not? So TPI is easy, interesting and interactive. What is TPI? Hear it, see it, think it, say it, show it, love it, and do it together. That's what is TPI. So I was telling our brothers and sisters how to do TPI. So can you repeat after me with actions, please? This is a workshop, okay? This is not a lecture, this is a workshop. So can you repeat it? Hear it, see it, think it, say it, show it, love it, do it together. I know some people who are new, they feel shy. How can they move their hands? Because all their life they have been listening to lectures with folded hands. Now when I say, what is TPI? I say, huwa, hum, anta, ana, antum, nahnu. We just have to do only these actions. but still people feel shy. I know with the second, third lesson they remove all their kind of prohibitions or whatever mental blocks they have, but they got used to it. The point is, I was telling that our brain works with these signs. For example, when you talk on mobile phone and give directions or even say anything, you keep moving your hands. Why are you moving your hands? Go straight, take a right, I told you. And he's talking on mobile. Why? Because that's the way our brain is wired. Our wiring is like this. The functioning of the brain is like this. So we want to teach the brain the way it understands, the way it interacts. So you just do, please do the way I say it, because we are telling you that TPI, through TPI you learn these words in this course itself, which occur 18,500 times in the Quran. That's 25% of the Quranic words just in this course, which is 50% of these course words. And we were doing the first line of TPI in this lesson, and we started with huwa, home. And for the sake of those brothers and sisters maybe who join now, let us repeat just for 3 minutes the last lesson. So when I say huwa, use your right hand, one finger, pointing towards your right, visualizing, thinking that there is a brother sitting on your right. And say, huwa he. Can you repeat after me? Huwa he. Okay, again, huwa he. And there's no clock here, and I can display the clock, but here 8:35. It is 8:35, and our exercise will be only with dialogues will be less than 10 minutes. But inshallah, you will learn these 6 words which occur in the Quran 1,295 times. Do the way I say it, and you will learn it, inshallah. So, please, huwa he. Hum they. 4 fingers on your right. Imagine 4 people sitting on your right, and say hum they. Huwa he. And even in language learning, and I'm telling you something practical, visualization is very important. So can you close your eyes and imagine a person sitting there and you are pointing towards him. Huwa he. Hum they. Huwa he. Hum they. Let's repeat 3 more times. Huwa he. Hum they. Huwa he. Hum they. Last time. Huwa he. Hum they. Right hand, right side, and your right hand is on this side. Okay, so don't forget that, because our system is very detailed, and I don't want to scare you. It's very easy. Once you learn this step, every step is easy. So now in the second cycle, we just practice for 2 minutes. Our whole practice cycle is only for 9 minutes with the dialogues. So second cycle is you translate with actions. Action has to be there. Harakats mein barakat hai. Right. So translate. Huwa he. Just translate. Huwa he. With action, please. Just move your hands. It's not. I don't think any one of your hands is 20, 40 kilograms that you cannot move. So huwa he. Hum they. Huwa he. Hum they. Huwa he. Hum they. Huwa he. Hum they. Now the benefit of TPI comes. No more translation. We are Arabs now. Just repeat huwa hum after me 3 times. Huwa hum. Again. Huwa hum. Once again. Huwa hum. Okay, another rule that we have taught, and this one's called power teaching. It's a very latest, one of the latest methods of teaching anything, and it's really impressive. Go to YouTube and see power teaching, which is whatever you learn, you have to teach it to your neighbor. So those people who are new, just know your neighbor, and you have to teach him huwa he, hum they, and then your neighbor will teach you huwa he, hum they. Teach. Ali, Bismillah. Don't feel shy. Okay, class. When I say class, you should say yes. Class. Yes. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. And then no more talking. This is how we will keep repeating. Okay, now we will start with dialogues. Man means who? The first question in the grave is Man Rabbuka. Who is your Lord? Man means who. And plural of Muslim is Muslimun. So I will ask you, Man Huwa, meaning who is he? You will say, Huwa Muslim. He is a Muslim. Can you answer? Man Huwa? With action. This grammar session is full of actions. Man Huwa? Muslim. Man Hum? Muslimun. Who are they? They are Muslims. We learned Hum means they. Muslimun. Hum Muslimun. Again, Man Huwa? Man Hum? Muslimun. Once again, Man Huwa? Muslim. Man Hum? Muslim. Ali, teach. Ask each other. Okay, class. Takbir. Now answer me again. Man Huwa? This is the effect of teaching. And I tell you, this is how we should teach. You see, the response is greater now. Or louder. Again, answer me and don't feel shy. The more passionate you are, it will give me energy, more energy to teach, okay? So, Man Huwa? I think, you should be more energetic. Say it louder, please. Man Huwa? This is much better. Man Hum? Let us repeat it 3 times. Man Huwa? Man Hum? Man Huwa? Man Hum? You did 4 dialogues, okay, already. Let us take the rest now. Anta means you. Ana means I. Right? Anta, you. So repeat after me. Anta, you. When I say Anta, I will point towards you. And you will point towards me. Okay? Now, Anta, you. Ana, I. By the way, interestingly in Arabic, Ana is read as Ana. You don't say Ana. You know why? I just have a logical explanation. There is no tajweed-based explanation. I said always we humans, we want to talk about I, Ana. I say kill it. Ana. Don't stretch it. Ana, I did so, I did, I. Stop it. Ana. I. Anyway, repeat again. Anta, you. Ana, I. Anta, you. Ana, I. Anta, you. Ana, I. Translate. Anta, Ana, Anta, Ana, Anta, Ana, Anta, Ana. Just repeat in Arabic. Anta, Ana. Okay, let us take plural. Antum means you all. Okay, repeat after me. Antum, you all. 4 fingers. And by the way, I say we are 4. Me, 2 angels, and my jinn, shaitan. 4. Okay? All of us are 4 at least. Okay, repeat after me. Antum, you all. Nahnu, we. We are also 4. Antum, you all. Nahnu, we. Antum, you all. Nahnu, we. Antum, you all. Nahnu, we. Translate. Antum, ana, we. Antum, ana, antum, ana, antum, ana. Now only, sorry, nahnu, I got lost. Okay, that was to check whether you are sleeping or what. Okay, repeat it 3 times. Antum, nahnu. Antum, nahnu. Antum, nahnu. Antum, nahnu. Antum. Now let us do it, take 2 of them together. Repeat after me. Anta, ana. Antum, nahnu. Anta, ana. Antum, nahnu. Anta, ana. Antum, nahnu. علم, teach. Teach, please. Okay, class. Now we take dialogues again. I say, who are you? Man anta? You will say, ana Muslim. Man antum? Nahnu Muslimun. Okay, answer me in Arabic. Man anta? Ana Muslim. Man antum? Nahnu Muslimun. Please louder. Man anta? Man antum? Still louder, please. Man anta? Man antum? No, part of TPI, you know why I'm saying louder? It's not because of me only. The louder you say it, the stronger signature you will have in your brain about the meaning of those words and about the Arabic sentences. So say it louder. Huh? Man anta? Ana Muslim. Man antum? Nahnu Muslimun. Let us repeat it 5 times. Man anta? Man antum? Man anta? Man antum? Nahnu Muslimun. Man anta? Ana Muslim. Man antum? Nahnu Muslimun. Last time. Man anta? Ana Muslim. Man antum? Nahnu Muslimun. Ali, ask these 2 questions. Okay, class. Let us repeat the 6 words for last time. After me, all of you, loudly. Huwa, hum. Anta, ana. Antum, nahnu. Once again. Huwa, hum. Anta, ana. Antum, nahnu. And answer me in Arabic. Man huwa? Muslim. Man huwa Muslim. Man hum? Muslim. Man anta? Man antum? Muslim. Okay, once again. Man huwa? Muslim. Man hum? Muslim. Man anta? Ana Muslim. Man antum? Muslim. Right? These 6 words occur in the Quran 1,295 times. And that's how all our grammar sessions are. We tell you how close you are getting to the Quran after every grammar. Not because this is, and I didn't say this is Damair, this is Munfasila, this is Ghaib, Mudhakkar, Mutakallim, Hadir. No. Just he, they, you, I, you, all, and me. Huwa, hum, anta, ana, antum, nahnu. That's enough for now. We don't want to scare you with terminologies. Alright. You know, Arabic is very interesting. When you do the SMS, these, I told you, I have actually another lecture on amazing Arabic, easy Arabic. When you do these SMS, are you coming, R space you, in Arabic is built-in short form. What means and? Fa means so. Up means what? There's so many words. Just one letter. And you don't even have to put this fatha there. Zabar. This is for us non-Arabs. So Arabs will just say what? That's an. So, and this is safe space, brief, easy to read, easy to write. So huwa means wa plus huwa. And he. Wa hum means and they. Similarly, wa anta and you. Translate wa anta wa ana and I. Wa antum and you all. Wa nahnu and we. Why I'm saying this? Because tomorrow don't say, oh, I don't know what is wa hum. You already learned it. It's just made up of two words. Similarly, fahuwa. Fahuwa means fa plus huwa. Thus or so, he, so they, fahum. Fahum is not another word. It is the same word, just two words. Fahum, so they. Fa'anta, fa'ana, fa'antum, fanahnu. That's it for first. Maybe those who are very sharp, they may ask questions, but I will leave questions at the end. I always say be a teacher. I'm asking you, this is our first lesson, which is complete. Can you not teach this part which I taught you? Huwa, hum, anta, ana, antum, nahnu. In fact, our Imam recited one of the best ayats. Of course, all ayats are best. He recited Surah Al-Jumu'ah. And in Surah Al-Jumu'ah, and everything is relevant, okay? Dane dane pe likha hai, खाने वाले का नाम. आयत आयत पर लिखा है सुनने वाले का नाम, पढ़ने वाले का नाम. Okay, everything that is recited is all predestined. It's written in our fate, and it is relevant to what we. When we went to Salah and Isha and said, "Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim," oh Allah, guide us to the straight path. In response, Allah made us to listen Surah Al-Jumu'ah, and it was relevant. It's another issue that we didn't understand it. It's another issue, but He gave us relevant information. He said, يسبح هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة. Allah sent among the unlettered people of Makkah, Ummiyin, those who cannot read and write. Allah sent a messenger among them to do what? يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب, to teach them the book. And those unlettered people learned the Quran from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today also, we are fully confident that we can take this book to slums and can teach them the Quran. It is easy. You are all educated, forget about you, you can learn it so easy. Even the unlettered people in slums, and we have this vision and dream to take it to them. It's very easy. And Allah said it. بَعْثَ بِالْأُمِّينَ رَسُولًا مِّنْهُمْ, and they learned the Quran, they became world leaders for 1,000 years. And when they left the Quran, they are suffering. But anyway, this is not my topic to talk about importance of the Quran. Because I told you I have been giving lectures, and you must have been hearing lectures. Today we want to show you how Quran can be learned and how you can teach. Just download these PPT files and teach it. Can you not teach huwa, hum, anta, ana, antum, nahnu? It's so simple. All of the course is simple like this. So let us take the second lesson, and we complete it in 30 minutes. We'll try to finish that, and then maybe 10 minutes for some introductions and questions and answers. Important that Allah has asked us to recite in every salah, every day, in every salah, in every rak'ah. So important. And words of Surah Al-Fatiha occur in the Quran 9,000 times in the Quran. How many words are there on every page?
Every page 130.
Yeah, you got to know the numbers have to be clear. If you don't know what are we doing, where are we going, that means you don't know where are you going. When will you reach there or so. And how many lines are there in every page?
15.
15 lines. And how many pages are there in the Quran?
600.
600. 15 lines and 600 pages. So how many lines are there in the Quran? Lines. This is a new question, huh? 9,000. 15 times 600 is 9,000 lines are there in the Quran. And I said words of Surah Al-Fatiha occur in the Quran 9,000 times. What does it mean? Every line has one word from Surah Al-Fatiha. Can you believe that? How easy the Quran is? Every line of the Quran has one word from Surah Al-Fatiha, approximately. Amazing. You can memorize the words, the meanings of words of Surah Al-Fatiha in maybe 10 minutes. And you know the 10% of the Quran. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Bismi is made up of two words, just like Billahi. In the name. Okay? Allah, Ism is name, Asma is plural. Occurs 39 times in the Quran. Like Asma al-Husna, the best names. Bismillah, in the name of Allah, that I start work in the name of Allah. Ar-Rahman, the words in Arabic on this pattern show intensity. Like Ghadban, Ghadban means extremely angry, he's bursting with anger. Rahman means extremely caring and kind, extremely merciful, like his mercy is like a shower, a heavy shower. That is Ar-Rahman. Okay? Ar-Rahim, the words in Arabic show continuity. For example, Jameel, beautiful. Will you call someone who was ugly yesterday? I mean, will you call someone beautiful who was ugly yesterday? No, beautiful is beautiful for us. It is continuous there. Kareem, good mannered. You cannot say someone Kareem who was abusing, using bad words. So they show continuity. Similarly, Rahim is continually caring and kind, continually merciful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, not War-Rahim. And, no, there is no Wa there. That means you got to multiply intensity with continuity. His mercy is like a continuous shower, continuous and intense shower. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And always I say, whenever you recite the Quran, you've got to visualize and feel the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, right now, our earth is rotating. And what's the diameter of the earth? We are sitting there, so I'm not talking of fiction. We are sitting on earth. So what is the diameter of the earth? Anybody? It's 12,000 kilometers. Therefore the circumference is pi d, which is 36,000 kilometers. And the earth rotates 36,000 kilometers in 24 hours, which is 1,500 kilometers per hour, which is like double the plane speed. And there are so many lakes and oceans. I cannot carry a glass full of water without spilling it. And 3/4 of the earth is full of oceans. And it is rotating 1,500 kilometers per hour. Do you feel any little jerk here? How with love and care Allah is. Not only that, it is rotating around the sun. With, in sun is 9 billion kilometers from here. And it rotates it completes one rotation in 1 year. And that is 20 kilometers per second. Per second. If we feel little earthquake, all our ego will go away. We will run from this hall. Say, Lord, please save us. And He's so continually caring and kind. He's keeping us safe. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, translate. Bismillah, in the name of Allah. Ar-Rahman, the most gracious. You may say intensely merciful, but I didn't want to change the translation because we kept the translation as given by translators. Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. Again, let us translate once again, please. Bismillah, Ar-Rahman, the most gracious. Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. You know the meaning, so we'll continue. But here is the second habit. Always start with the name of Allah. Success habits. What was the first habit? Seek protection. Safety first. That's the trend now, but Allah taught it so 1400 years ago. Safety first. And start with the name of Allah. And the third habit, it's amazing habit. You must have heard so many lectures about positive thinking. Right? Positive thinking, just positive thinking is bottomless. Think positive about Allah. That Allah will always be taking care of you, will always be kind to you. Don't think negatively about Allah. Why this is happening with me? I don't know why. Never say that. Remember the good times that you have been having for all those years. Who was taking care of you? When you were a drop of blood in your mother's womb, who was taking care of you? When you were an infant, didn't know how to clean yourself, who was taking care of you? Who put love in your mother's heart? Always remember and think positive about Allah. It is million times better than positive thinking. Okay? Okay, that's the third habit. Let's go to next verse. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All the praises and thanks be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Alhamdu. Hamd has two meanings, praise and thanks. So when I say Alhamdu, whenever I teach this course, I remind myself, don't think I am perfect. Whenever I say Alhamdulillah, all praises be to Allah. How do you praise Allah? Oh Allah, you're a wonderful creator. You're so merciful, so kind. That's how we praise. Another meaning is thanks. All thanks be to Allah. Oh Allah, thank you so much for the wonderful day I had, the wonderful morning. Thank for everything that you have. Alhamdulillah. Rabb. Okay. What is meaning of Al means all. So I just have a point here. We say salam so many times, but we don't know what's the meaning of it. Al-salam means not the peace. It is all peace be upon you. Al here means all also. Assalamu alaikum. I want all kinds of peace be on you. It's amazing prayer. I want you to be safe from any harm in your body, in your health, in your assets, in your relations. Assalamu alaikum. That's the beauty of this salam. Lillahi be to Allah, for Allah. Rabb, who takes care of us and helps us grow. Lord, I don't know. When I say Lord, I just remember the court. But anyway, the meaning of Rabb is the one who takes care of us and helps us grow. Takes care of us. How many cells are there? There are, according to human research, there are 100 billion cells in your brain, all of you. And there are another 900 billion cells in your body. 1 trillion cells. And there are atoms and neutrons and electrons. Who is making sure that these electrons are rotating? Who is making 50 million cells are born every second in your body, and 50 million cells die every second in your body? Who is taking care of that? And if one cell divides wrongly, you get cancer. Out of those 50 million cells that cancerous cells will generate, will procreate, will continue. Rabb, the one who takes care of every part of me. And Rabbil Alameen, of the worlds, billions of people, trillions of insects, zillions of galaxies. Rabbil Alameen. I say every time you recite, try to visualize. Explode your imagination. Alhamdulillah. You see, if Salah was only remembering Allah, the Salah will be like this. Allahu Akbar. Allah, 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 Allah. Why there is Rabbil Alameen? To make us feel, imagine, visualize, thank. In a second you can imagine, whatever you can, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. and stop there. That's how the Prophet ﷺ used to recite. He didn't recite like this. Alhamdulillah, no. According to Aisha radiallahu anha, he used to say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, stop. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, stop. Maliki Yawmiddin, stop. For a second. So that your brain will pick up what you said. And at least you can visualize at that time. What did they say? Oh, thank you Allah. All praises for you. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Oh, you are so kind, so caring, so merciful. Alright, so can you translate please? Alhamdu. All praise and thanks. These are some of the points. Lillahi, be to Allah. Rabb, the Lord. Now I still stick to the translation because that's the translation of the scholars. Al-Alami, of the words. Once again, Alhamdu, all praise and thanks. Lillah, be to Allah. Rabb, the Lord. Al-Alami, of the words. Alhamdulillah, all praise and thanks be to Allah. Rabbil Alameen, the Lord of the words. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, all praise and thanks be to Allah, the Lord of the words. Word for word, Alim, teach. Okay, class? Yes. Class? Yes. Wait. You need to be alive, okay? The last verse of this lesson, that's all. That's the end of the lesson. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most gracious and the most merciful. By the way, here's another habit. What is that? Always be thankful to Allah. Thank Allah. Be full of gratitude. Show gratitude to Allah. Alhamdulillah. Like in our classroom we say, for kids, have Alhamdulillah face. Alhamdulillah face is smiling face. Always be thankful to Allah. Allah, you did so much for me. And I can go on the personality development. Actually, the things that are there in the Quran are far higher. Just I give you a flash of positive thinking about Allah. Not just positive thinking. But this is not the time. So Alhamdulillah, this is another habit. Always be thankful to Allah. Show gratitude. Rabbil Alameen is another habit, which is study the universe. The more you study the universe, the more you will say, thank you Allah. And the more you will say, Allah, you're great. I just told you one simple example. I don't know, 1500 kilometers per hour rotation and 220 kilometers per second around the sun. And our solar system is moving into the expanding universe at the rate of 200 kilometers per second. This is not fiction. It's pure science. Rotation after rotation after rotation. And you can imagine, and then we are so safe and sound, we sleep so peacefully. How caring Allah is. He makes sure that we are not disturbed. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, there is another habit, which is be merciful to others. The Prophet ﷺ said, Man la yarham la yurham. The one who doesn't show mercy will not be shown mercy. You want to receive mercy of Allah, caring of Allah, be caring to others. When? Now, after the Salah, not after 60 years. Now, when you go home, be caring. When you meet your neighbor, be caring. Muslim or non-Muslim. See an animal, be caring. Be merciful, be kind. You want to receive the mercy of Allah. That's the end of second lesson, and that's how we keep teaching. Actually, I was teaching positive thinking, a key to success, because it brings in a peace, success, better health, happiness, satisfaction, improved relations. It's just in Surah Al-Fatiha, there are so many things. Anyway, so at this point, I would like to tell you, we have covered 1.5 lesson. The introduction, which is with A'udhu Billah, Huwa hum, anta ana, antum nahnu. We took 8 dialogues, which is Man huwa, huwa Muslim, Man hum, Man anta, ana Muslim, Man anta. Can you answer it? Man huwa? Repeat huwa hum after me, just to refresh. Huwa hum. Or translate, huwa means he, hum, they, anta, you, ana, antum, nahnu, we all. And repeat after me, huwa hum, anta, ana, antum, nahnu. Answer me in Arabic. Man huwa Muslim. MashaAllah, very good. Man hum, man anta, ana Muslim. Here you got a switch. There is no switch. Who is he? He is a Muslim. Who he? But here anta will become ana, antum will become nahnu. You know why we are teaching like this? Because it goes on. Because the next lesson will be Rabbuhu, Rabbuhum, Rabbuka, Rabbi, Rabbukum, Rabbuna, Man Rabbuka, Rabbi Allah, Man Rabbukum, Rabbuna Allah. The third lesson, it keeps on going and you have all systems designed. فعل فعلوا فعلت فعلت فعلتم فعلنا يفعل يفعل تفعل أفعل تفعلون نفعل افعل افعلوا لا تفعل لا تفعلوا فاعل مفعول فعل. This for masculine and the feminine. فعلت فعلنا فعلت فعلت فعلتن فعل. Everything is designed in this system. It's so simple. You must say, oh, so many forms. Right now you took one story. It was so easy to go from ground floor to first floor. When you reach 48th floor, 49th floor will be very easy. Okay, don't look from here. I'm going to reach. Yeah, when you reach 48, 49 is very easy. So when you do fa'il madi, fa'il mudari is easy, amr is easy, nahi is easy. Everything is absolutely simple. And interactive. By the way, I gave this course for 8 straight hours, from morning 9 till evening 4, to big crowds. We have like in Kuwait 600 people, in Norway 700 people, in South Africa 300, 400, 500 people, in Indonesia 300, 400, 500, in Kashmir 2,000 people. I mean, there was big crowds also. But my point is, you can download, you can watch in the videos, understand Quran, and you can teach each other. You can start a session here. Lastly, we do have a course on how, by the way, this course is implemented in more than 2,000 schools. Alhamdulillah, more than 2,000 schools. And our read Quran is also like that, Tajweed is also like that, very fresh approach, not classic. For example, I just give you one aspect of it. Very unfortunately, when we, at least we started like that in India, and of course most of you were there. When we start English, we have this poem: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. When we went to Arabic class, Quran class, was there any poem? No. These days I know they have come up with, copied the Arab word which is worse. Because that is designed for Arabs, not for us. What Arabs do? Alifun, ba'un, ta'un, ta. Alif, saying alif is difficult. Now you added on also. Ba'un, or somebody have simplified alif, ba, ta, sa. But I still say alif, ba, ta, sa is for Arabs. Because based on shapes. And bigger challenge for us, non-Arabs, is not shape. Recognizing shape is not a big issue. Saying it properly is the biggest issue, because we typically now say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. I say you're reciting Urdu, this is Urdu, this is not Arabic. So our bigger challenge is Makharij. So we came up with a poem and we teach our kids on the order of Makharij. And our poem is 10 times better than ABCD, and I mean it, I prove it. 10 times better than ABCD. Because it has so many things in it. So we start with ma, ba, wa, fa, which is lip letters, then tongue tip letters, ta, da, da, ta, da, ta, za, sa, sa, la, na, ra. Then we have the middle tongue letters, which is ja, sha, ya. With fatha we start, all letters with fatha. And then we go for edge letters, this edge, ta. And we call this inner also edge, qaf and kaf, just for approximation, and then the throat letters. And the poem, it goes like this, with actions. There is a TPI of tajweed there also. Because it goes like this. Ma, ba, wa, fa. R from the lips. Tongue has many. 12 from the tip. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each one has a 3, 3, 3. Ta, da, dha. Now, Arabic letters are low sounding, high sounding, and thick, and very thick and high. So our hand moves according to the sound. Okay? Ta, da, dha. Ta, da, ta. Za, sa, sa. La, na, ra. From its middle up, ja, sha, ya. From its edges are da, ka, qa. 6 from the throat. A, ha, a, ha, gha, kha. From the cavity, alif. All letters are there in the order of makharij, with sets, classified, with actions, meaningful actions. It is not just action like that. This is istifala, this is isti'la, istifala, isti'la, and tafkhim and itbaq. All these, I don't want to use terminologies, but for those who are familiar, everything is done. And this poem is repeated 18 times. Not the same poem. With fatha, then kasra, with dhamma, with sukoon. And you know what? Those of you who have learned tajweed, what are Shamsi letters? You will have tough time saying it. Qamari letters, abri hajjaka wa khaf aqima. In this system, Shamsi letters with dal and shin. It's so simple. Ikhfaf noon, it's so challenging. In this system, ikhfaf noon, izhar, ikhfa, idgham mutamathilain, mutajanisain. Everything can be explained with this logical system. It's very, very powerful. That's our Read Quran, and it is, inshallah, will be implemented in more than, from this fall, in more than 20,000 schools, inshallah, in India and Pakistan. And it's just going around also. We are just developing it, the systems are more refining it, and we have system for teaching Nahw also, not only Sarf, Huwa, Hum, Fa'ala, Fa'alu. We have Rafa, Nasab. Everything is in simplified forms, and you will enjoy it. And you will not be allowed to sleep in this course. As you have seen, we have here continuously interacting. The dialogues and the teaching will be there. You know, like in Dubai, I taught for 550 people from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 550, they stay there and they teach each other all through the day. Alhamdulillah. If you have any questions, then we can entertain that. Otherwise, I give it to Brother Wajah.
There's a quick announcement in case you missed out.
Our website, we started in 1998. If you still go to Google and say understand Quran, learn Quran, inshallah you will find our website on the first page, understandquran.com. Not understanding, understand. We're saying understand the Quran. So understandquran.com. Oh, there are forms on the ladies' side also. I think on the table there, huh?
And also you are on Peace TV, maybe if anybody
Yeah,
wants to see.
alhamdulillah, I do come on Peace TV and here Guidance TV also of Sheikh Yusuf Estes, and on South Africa Islam TV, Pakistan, Peran TV and other TVs. But you don't have to look for TV channels, go to website and all programs, all videos are there. And I just give you a flash of how I teach. It is like I'm teaching like in this class. Okay, so I will just show videos, and it is so, actually you can wake me up in the middle of the night and start learning. We tried to record it in the best way possible. So let us say videos SC1. We do have programs in Urdu as well as in English. Okay, both are there. And I taught you first lesson. So let us say I want to show you how the first. It's the same thing that I taught here. We can reproduce the whole lesson in this video. I will have problem with sound because I will put the mic there. Well, I'm not explaining the word 600 and how many they are, and easy to learn, never say it. You see, everything that I taught here is there. I'm like standing by the side of the board.